Hello, this is Mike with Tradelands RV Center here to congratulate you on your Jayco Precept 34B Class A motorhome. I'm going to walk you around it and show you how to use a few things to get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite. A couple things to think about. On your campsite, you want to leave plenty of room for that bed slide and your awning. Once you have that out, you'll know how much room you need for that. On your off campsite, besides leaving room for your big slide, I also want you to think about where your power and water connections are going to be. Your power plug is going to be stored in the rear of the unit right here, and then your docking station for campsites is going to be up toward the front here. Once we get ourselves a good parking spot, next thing you're going to do is go inside and stabilize the unit. So once you found your good parking spot, we go ahead and take this EQ auto leveling system, turn it on over here. Once some lights shut off, we're going to touch auto level. That's all you have to do. And it's going to start running this auto leveling system down. Normally you would sit still or get out and get out of the way. Let the unit do its thing. The more movement it has, the less it's going to work correctly. So the less unit movement inside the unit, the better. It's going to go ahead and run its auto leveling system down in the front and the rear. There they are. Once them are all down, level and stable, we can hook up our power and water. Again, big long 50 amp cord plugs in here in the rear. You need in your convenience pack would be a dog bone to bring you from 50 down to 30, as well as a puck to bring you from 30 down to 15 for a 110. You can run that power cord down through here so that you can close this door. Got your power hooked up. Let's hook up your water. Alright, here's your docking station. At campsites, we're going to hook up to city water connection. So whatever is diagrammed on here is what you're going to do with these four levers here. White is going to go down, green to the left, red up, blue to the left. We are matching city water connection. Grab your water pressure regulator, hook that up over here where it says city water. Don't turn on your hose yet. Got one more step. Let's find your hot water heater. Yours is located on this back corner on the campsite. And all we're doing at this point, making sure your cap is on your hot water heater drain. Make sure that's on there, then you can go ahead and turn that hose on. After that hose has been on for a few minutes, go inside, open up your slides if you need to. I need you to get in there and open up your water lines, your sinks, your showers. Get a nice steady flow of water going through everything, all the air through the lines, shut them off, and you are all set to camp. Now let's say we're going to go dry camping, where we're not going to be hooked up to any water. In that case, we're going to have a two-step process. We're going to start by filling your fresh tank, power fill tank. So white down, green left, red up. We're just going to turn this blue down. We're matching power fill tank. Same spot as your city water. You're going to fill this up. But now what you're going to do is you're going to go inside. Watch where you check the level of your black and gray tanks. There's also a button to watch your fresh water. Keep an eye on that. Once that's full, come out here, remove that hose. Now we're going to switch from power tank fill to dry camping. White down, green and red are up, blue to the left. These match dry camping. Now to get to that fresh water, you just turn on your water pump indoors. You can turn on a water pump out here, but generally this is for when you're putting in your antifreeze. Those are the other two settings. Sanitize, set it to that, and that will suck in soapy water to clean your tanks out. Same thing, winterize up here. Make sure you bypass your hot water heater and follow your winterized instructions in your manual. Satellite and cable here. Again, city water. Tank flush, we'll talk about that when we dump our black tanks and leave the campsite. Spray port hose right here will connect there. There's all of our low point drains. There's your water filter. Back here is where we would dump that black and gray tank. Again, we'll talk about that when we leave the campsite. There's where you fuel up. Coming down our off camp side, we got a bunch of storage. storage here and here. And then we run into your battery, which will lift up and pull out. Your batteries and your propane. This is where you fill that at, turn that on at. Over here is your generator. I'll start that up from indoors here when we get in there. And then some more storage here. Let's go ahead and look at your fluids here. Here's your compartment. We've got your coolant. Up here is where you check your transmission fluid. There is your dipstick for oil. Down here's your batteries. Come over to this side. Brake fluid. Up here marked with an L is where you'll put in your oil at. And then down there is your wiper fluid. This lifts up, just presses in, and then locks down. Coming down our campsite, got outdoor TV and radio. Tons of storage down through here. Fluid for your furnace, a few things on that. One, make sure it's never blocked. Two, if you are running your furnace to your clear of it, it says hot 4 times for a reason. And lastly, we do sell bug guards for those. Really good investment. Tons more of storage. Back here you got a quick connect LP if you want to hook up a griddle. And then lastly, our hot water heater. We turn that on from indoors. How much is needed out here. There's a vent for your hood range. About covers everything out here. Let's go take a look on the inside. Coming up beside the unit, first thing I always point out is the fire extinguisher. Make sure that anyone that's camping with you knows the fire extinguisher is located by the entry doorway in case of an emergency. To my left, main power. Going to turn on our power for the unit. This will turn on and off your power step. Power's on the unit. We're going to come right in here, touch the main ceiling, and it's going to turn on all of our lights. That's going to, let me step up in here. Control panel's coming on. You hit accept on that. Let's go ahead and walk through this. Now, you have 4 different panels here. Can go through them individually, or when you touch them, you can go, or down these sides, you can go into each one of these. So this will turn on tons of lights, or off. Over here you can see the levels of your tanks. That freshwater ones I said to keep an eye on when filling that up. Here's a spot you can turn on the water pump. Here you can turn on your tank heaters. Those little 12-volt pads that are on your tanks to keep them from freezing in inclement weather. Over here's your temperature controls. Here's where you can turn on your hot water heater if hooked to gas, if you're out dry camping. And over here is where we can start and start that generator. Go ahead and start it up. We're going to start. Go ahead and show you that running. You can also turn this on and off out here, which I will do. Pull back on this panel. There's where you put your oil in for that. This lure just sets down in there, and then presses in. Hold that on there like that. Now we go through these individually. This is your home screen. This is your electric, which we just did. These are your lights. You can go through and turn on all of those. Come here to your temperatures. Turn on your AC in the rear, your AC in the front. Turn your furnace as well. Shut them off just by touch. Everything is touch. Next one down is going to be your slides. Bed slide. Go ahead and hit extend. No slides are moving. Emergency brake must be put on. And with the emergency brake on, watch that slide come out. And then bring out down this slide. Make sure your chair is in the upright position. That quick unit's opened up. Go ahead and walk through here. I do want to show you besides all these lights again. Down here is where you can turn on your inverter. Got a dry camp, you want to get some more power to the unit from your batteries. There is a manual for your microwave here. Glass top flips back, makes a nice backsplash. Turn that on there, turn that to spark. Now you may, when you first get to the campsite, have your gas turned on. You may have to wait a few minutes to cycle through to get the gas into your lines, into your lines. Same thing on the oven. Turn this to pilot light. That'll light that. It's that spark, and then turn it to your desired temperature. Anything I want to tell you on the fridge is to lock that. Red means it's not moving. For travel. Now the television. One thing I want to mention on TVs is when you get to the campsite, go into home, run a digital channel scan so that you can pick up all the local channels of where you're at. Besides that, down here you can put a gaming system or DVD player. Fireplace. Not just for looks. I can go through and show you all the pretty colors, but the biggest thing is the heat. If it's chilly in here in the morning or evening, turn this on, crank this heat up, and it will get it toasty in here in no time. If you're at a campsite, save you gas. Go ahead and use this electric heater. It's a temperature reader, helps your thermostat work better. Power recliners. Very nice. Charging ports on those. There are buckles for your seats here. Set there to travel. Talk about bringing down your top bunk. A couple things on this. First off, you have to unbuckle it. This buckle is the safety. Buckles in, turn this on, it still won't come down. You have to unbuckle in order for that to work. Comes down to the height of your chairs. You don't have to worry about it hitting those. A side holder and a little table that can set up here. It's stored under there. Bring that back up. You got a smoke alarm here. Bring that back up and just make sure, even though you shut it off, that you also buckle. Keep some kids bringing that down hurting someone. Go ahead and head back to the bathroom. Shower doors. You want to make sure that these beautiful glass doors are snapped open for travel. Don't want them bouncing around going down the road. In our bathroom, you do have a hand crank exhaust vent, which you can turn on here. Lighting here. When you first arrive at the campsite and hook your water up, you're going to be using your black tank. toilet, go ahead and flush that. Put several gallons of water into your black tank before using it. Your black tank will thank you later. Plumbing, here and in the kitchen. You are traveling down the road a lot. You are bouncing this around a lot. Every now and then, get inside here or up front and just feel around. Feel for any moisture. Make sure no fittings have worked their way loose over time. Got another television back here. That remote here. Lighting up here is one touch for blue. Hold it in for a nice reader. You have a quick dump on your AC. If you close them, what it does is puts more AC into these. You can turn these, some easier than others. There you go. Just be careful. You don't want to break these parts here. Turn it to face wherever you're trying to get some air at. A door to bungee open for travel. Got about covers everything in here. It's act like we're leaving the campsite and close the unit up. Put away as many things as I can for travel. Got lots of manuals in here. Read them. Get to know your unit. There's also a water filter in here. Some people put them in, some don't. That goes in where I showed you the water filter is. Let's close it up. I come to my control panel, go to my lights and shut everything off. Actually, just hit light master off. Make sure no other lights are left on. Come into our bathroom. Make sure that vent is closed. Nothing's going to impede our slide from coming in. I like to say doors and drawers. Walk through your unit. Make sure all doors and drawers are closed. Come back into slide area. Let's retract that bedroom slide. Again, in the bedroom, make sure nothing was at the end of the bed. Nothing could stop that slide from coming in. Next will be turn that slide again, making sure that our chair is in the upright position and nothing is in the way of the slide. All the slides are in. For dry camping or at a campsite, I'm going to come over here, turn on our power, and simply hit all retract. That's going to go ahead and bring up all those stabilizing jacks. Shut off our power on the way out. As those come up, we're going to go ahead and start up our unit and head on up to the dump station. Now if we are out dry camping, and get up in here and open up those two blue lines on the left there. That's going to be a freshwater tank. Dump that if you're not going to be in need of that for a while. And head on home to the nearest dump station. For the campsite, we're going to unhook our power, our water, our cable. Bring up stabilizing jacks and head on up to the dump station. Now again, at the dump station, your dump is at the rear of the unit. 10-foot hose comes in your convenience pack. You're going to hook that up. And you're going to put your black handle first. That could be the lower one there. They are actually color coded. Black handle is going to be sewage. When it sounds like that's no longer draining, go ahead inside, check the level of your black tank if it shows empty or close to it. Come back out here, leave that handle open. Grab the hose at the dump station and hook up to this tank punch valve. Again, emphasizing leaving that black handle open. Turn that hose on for a good 5 minutes or so and let that wash your black tank out. After it washes all that nastiness out of there, close that up, go back inside and make sure that all that washout water you have just put in there has drained. Then close your black and pour your gray. While my grays are draining, dump my low point drains. If we're not going to be camping for a while and you don't want to leave stagnant water in your hot water heater, come on over here, lift up on this pressure release valve first. Be careful, that'll let some hot water out of there. Then push it down, otherwise your door won't close. Then you can pull your drain plug for your residual hot water. When that gray shows empty, close that gray up, take this sewage hose, store it in a sanitary place, and head on home. Again, thank you guys so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this Precept for many years to come. Happy camping.